Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. We're doing your mini reading. So for today's pick a card, we're going to choose from one of my decks here. I have quite a few decks. I am obsessed with creating decks. I'll put my website down below because I can create a deck for you as well. But today we're going to do a reading with different decks. So you can choose from deck 1, deck 2 or deck 3. So take a moment, see which one resonates with you most, and I will be back with your reading. At group 1, today you have selected the Astro deck. This is my brand new deck. It's just arrived in the last week, so I will be working with this one for a few weeks just to see that there's accuracy in the deck, that it reads well, it's easy to work with, and then it will be available to purchase on my website. So for your cards today, they've been pre-shuffled and chosen, so let's have a look at your reading for today. Okay, so what I'm getting out of your reading, and this is just a mini, but I feel like what's going around you is some conflicts. Because I'm getting quite a few cards that are indicating conflicts. First of all, we've got the square card, which is about conflicts. We've also got a card that's saying, this is the Mercury card. So it's saying that there's issues around communication. So the communication isn't clear. Now also we've got the 6th house, which is the house of obstacles. And then we've got Taurus and Gemini. So Taurus, on the message for the Taurus card is saying, stand your ground. And the message from the Gemini is be adaptable. Okay, so that's a bit of a conflict. So we've also got the conflict card. But what it's saying is there is some kind of, okay, do you stand your ground or do you be adaptable? It's like there's a conflict going on and it's saying, do you need to, perhaps it's saying in some areas you do need to stand your ground, but in other areas you need to be adaptable. So where you may be right some of the time, you're not right all of the time is what I'm getting here for you. So it's saying, yeah, sometimes just because you're right in one area, it doesn't mean you're going to be right for every part of this argument or this conflict that's going on. It's like some areas you're not right. You need to be flexible and you need to be more adaptable in those areas. Again, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it's also indicating to me that communication is king here. So communication is the key point to what's going to get you through this conflict. It needs to be better, clearer communication, and it needs to be fairer communication. So what I'm getting is where perhaps one person in this argument or this conflict is standing their ground, being very bullheaded, and it's like they're not budging and they're like, I'm right, but it's like they're not. And it's also what I'm getting from that is like because they're right about something, it's like they think that they're just going to keep bringing that back all the time. But this. And it's like because they're right in that area, when you trying to change it and be adaptable and bring in other elements of the conflict, it's like they come straight back to the area where they're right. It's like they're a really difficult person to argue with, or a very difficult person to resolve a conflict with. And it's like a conflict but I feel like it's a communication conflict, not just a obstacle or a hurdle or a battle. Or I feel like it's definitely, because we've got so many communication cards here, we've got the Mercury and the Gemini. So it is saying that there's a lot of obstacles and hurdles around communication. So the communication is not clear and it's not fluent, but it's also not somebody standing their ground and being very bullheaded, and they're not being adaptable to get a resolution here. So perhaps you need to agree to disagree, because I feel like this person's never going to change their mind. It's like you're not going to get through to them because they're going to keep coming back to the argument of where they're right. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's like that's what's going on around you. So it's like maybe try not to get into a conflict with this person, or if it's you may need to be a little bit more adaptable, because when we need to, relationships are so important, and is it really worth ruining a relationship over because you're standing your ground on something and you're not being... Now normally if the cards are saying stand your ground, just stand your ground, then I would say stand your ground, but it is saying be adaptable. It's also got the be adaptable, and it's saying that there's issues in communication, which is indicating to me that you do need to change your approach, and you need to change the way you're communicating to get a resolution to this conflict. If it was just stand your ground in this conflict and obstacle, I would say stand your ground, you're 100% right, stand your ground on this issue. But because I'm also getting the be adaptable, it's saying that you do need to be adaptable and try and work through this conflict to get a resolution. Okay, so I feel like, let me just see if there's anything else. Now we've got Okay, so we've also got the North of the Node here, which is the life path card. So what it's saying on this card, the message for you is that there's growth and there's lessons to be learned from this. It's like your soul mission or your destinies. But what I'm getting from that is that you will grow through this, and it's like you're learning. So it's like you're going to learn perhaps something about arguing, or you're going to learn something about the other person, or it's going to be you're learning something from this conflict that you're going on right now. You may be seeing someone's true colours out of it. You're learning something about them or about your true colours. But it's saying, yeah, so I'm not quite getting that, even though it says life path, I'm not getting in this situation that it's life path related. But what I am getting is that you're going to learn from this. You're going to learn something about the other person, or you're going to learn something about like a skill, or you're learning something from it. There's going to be growth. You will move through this and there will be growth, but there needs to be some flexibility, some adaptability, and you need to be able to work through this conflict with good communication. So thank you for joining me, Group 1. I will see you again on Monday for your full reading. Thank you for joining me, Group 2. You've selected my blue and aqua deck. This is my deck that I quite often use in the picker cards. So let's reveal your cards. So I'm just tapping into your energy now. Okay, I feel like there's a bit of a complex situation going on around you. Now, I'm coming in here from a very calm place as well. So I feel like either your energy is very calm, or you need to be very calm in this situation and come at this situation with a very calm and level head is what I'm getting. So yeah, I feel like don't just rush into it full on. Whatever decision you're making, I feel like you need to come in from a very rational and very calm point of view. Now, I feel like, yeah, it's either you're lining things up or things are lined up around you. Now, I'm not getting that it's a good balance. I'm getting things you're lining things up or putting things in place is what I'm getting around you. But it's saying that you've got some changes coming up. You're going to be making some kind of improvements in your life. So that can be different for everybody. It'll be in different areas of your life for different people. So for some, it will be in relationships. Some it will be from a job, some will be from a housing situation. It will be different areas of people's lives. But what I am getting is there's going to be changes around that, because I'm getting the snake card, and the snake is shedding its skin and it's making changes. So there's changes, but it can also be a warning. It can indicate a warning around a situation as well. I just want you to be alert and yeah, keep your eyes open as well, as what I'm getting from that. But I'm also getting the home improvements or the improvements. So this is around improvements around yourself, around a situation or around a home. So I feel like you're needing to make improvements, but I'm also getting that this one here is receiving, and it's also about having an open, full, loving heart as well. So it's like receiving, and it's like love. So what I'm getting here for some of you is something around love. It's like being open to receive love, but then right next to that I'm getting the card of walk away. So what this is saying to me is that there's a situation where doesn't have to be a relationship, doesn't have to be a love relationship either. It can be just a person around you, or it can be a job that you're in. It's something around you that you're considering walking away from. And it's like, it feels to me like in order to make these improvements in your life, you feel like you have to walk away from somebody or something in order to make improvements. So I am getting that, yeah, there's warning, so it's saying, yeah, be cautious, but it is saying that, yeah, you're making a change, you're transforming and you're making changes, but you're making improvements as well. So whatever this situation it is, it's for the betterment of your life, and it's to make improvements in your life. But it is saying, yeah, whatever you're thinking about walking away. Now, I can't tell you, and this is just a mini reading, so I'm not actually seeing anything else to say anything around it, but it is saying that you're considering making improvements in your life and there's changes coming up around you. So there is a situation that you perhaps do need to think about moving on from, or making changes to that situation and making improvements. But it's also getting, it's saying about being open to receive. So perhaps you haven't been receiving in this relationship or this job. Perhaps it's been a one-way street, and it's like you've been giving your energy, giving, and you haven't been receiving it. It's like you're starting to realize that when's it my turn? Like when do I get to receive? Like when it's like I'm giving is what I'm getting. So perhaps you're giving to many people, and because I'm getting here with the card of the chakras, but it doesn't feel like it's out of balance. It doesn't feel like you're over giving to everybody, because otherwise we'd have the chakras that are all over the place. We just have the cards of the chakras that are lined up and balanced. So I feel like you're not over giving, but you're not receiving either. That's what I'm getting. So it's like you're not over giving, but you're not receiving either. And it's like you need to open your heart to receive a little more. Perhaps there's a blockage going on. Perhaps you're not open to receive. And it's like you're maybe closed your mind off a little bit. You're closed to something or closed to an opportunity, and you're not exactly open to receive. But what I'm getting in the general energies here, the general energies of the spread, is that things are lined up for you to receive your heart's desire, to make some changes in your life, to make improvements in your life, and walk away from anything that doesn't suit your circumstances right now. So hope that helps you, group 2. I will be back again at Monday for your full reading on Monday. This is just an express reading. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me, Group 3. You've selected my personal deck. So this deck is my deck of everything that's happened to me in over 15 years. I've created this over 15 years. So it's something would happen, I would create an art piece for that, put all that energy into it, and that helps the readings be more accurate and have a lot more meaning behind them, because they have experience in them and they have feelings in the cards. So that's why these cards are quite accurate, because they come with they're not just pretty pictures, they are actual things that have happened that have a lot of energy behind them that help the readings be very strong. So yes, I can my details are on my website if this is something that you're interested in. I don't sell this particular deck because it's my personal deck, but I do sell some of the other decks as well, and there's some of those they're just in testing stage at the moment, and then the new stock will be on the website soon. To your reading, what's going on for you? Okay, so let's have a look. So this is just a general reading. It's like a express reading, group reading, not a one-on-one. So it's going to resonate differently for different people. So I'm just pulling in the energy of what's going on around you. Feels to be like a situation that you're a bit new in. It's like you don't have a lot of experience in. Perhaps it's making you feel like a little bit of an airhead. It's like you've got a very open mind. It's like you're open to learn, but it feels like it's like it's not second nature to you. Whatever this is around you, it's like the information feels like it goes in and goes out. It's like you're not adapting to it, or I'm not getting the right words here either. So it's like you're not. I'm also getting something here about filling a void as well. It's like an emptiness in you. There's a need to fill a void. I'm getting also here. You're looking for something, perhaps a new path or a new thing that's going to fill a hole in your life, fill a void in your life, is what I'm getting from these cards as well. That's the message that's coming through for you. May not be for everybody, but that's just what's coming through right now. I feel like also there's an end of a situation coming up around you, but it's going to be very quick. It's a quick, swift ending to a situation. Now, this situation is something that I feel like it's been with you over time. It's not the new thing that we're talking about up the top. It's something that has been around for over time. It's what I'm hearing, over time. But it may be that it's over time. It's over its time now. So it's like, it's time to move on from that. And I feel like that's where the new path is that you're going to be walking. But I also feel like, with coming back to what I first said, where it doesn't come to you as naturally. Whatever this new thing is, it doesn't feel as natural as what the old thing does, because it's different and it's changed. But I'm also getting here, we've got the little loyalties card, so perhaps this is my little Frenchie. So perhaps you're getting a dog, or you love dogs, or something. It's saying something. Oh, actually, you've got the dog in there twice. This is the Fool card, and this is my little Frenchie here. This is me walking with my little Frenchie as my Fool card from the tarot. And then again, this is the card where he's on his own. So it's funny, right underneath each other. So that kind of may indicate that you're a dog lover, or something about loyalty. So if it's not about dogs, then it's about loyalties, because the card's called loyalty, and it's asking you to be loyal to yourself, be loyal to your own needs, and think about who's loyal to you, the people around you that are loyal, who's loyal to you, who are you loyal to. So it's asking you to look where your loyalties lie. But it's also, I feel like I'm getting from the dog energy here, is like the unconditional love. It's something about unconditional love. There's no conditions on it. So it's like whatever this situation is around you, there feels like there's conditions. Because with a dog, or it's either there's no conditions, or there needs to be conditions, something about conditions, but the dog has unconditional love. So I'm getting something here about something being unconditional or conditioned. So that's not for everybody, so somebody hopefully will know what that means. But yeah, what I'm getting here, definitely something about the dog, something about your dog going on here, or your loyalties. You need to assess where your loyalties lie, or who's loyal in your life, or about being loyal and true to yourself. So yeah, whatever it is that you're putting an end to, what's coming to an end, it's for a good reason. It wouldn't happen otherwise, and it's for you to take this new adventure in this new area. So whatever's new, it could be anything. It could be like a new job. It could be a new person in your life. It could be like a new house. It's something new, something new coming up for you, but it feels a little empty. So if it's a house, I'm feeling like the house is feeling empty. Perhaps it's a bigger house. Something around it. It's not familiar. That's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't feel as familiar as what the old thing did, because obviously the old thing's been around for a long time. I also feel like I'm waffling on here with your reading, which is really strange. I feel like, it's like what I'm getting from this situation, this thing that you're going into is very new. You don't have a lot of experience in it, so therefore that's why I feel like the waffling's going on. It's like you're talking and talking and talking to sound like you had the experience in it, but yeah, there's it could just be empty things coming out, like it's empty words or empty promises, or it's something about it's very weird. It's very weird that I'm correlating the two here. It's like something new in your life feels a little empty. There feels a little bit of a void going on there. Maybe that's what's not fulfilling. There's something that doesn't feel fulfilling around you, doesn't feel comfortable and familiar, but it also feels like you're trying to make it like it is, like where the thing that you were doing before, or the person that you were around before. It's like you're trying to get it to that level. But I feel like, just take every moment as it comes, because you will get there. That it'll get to that comfortable stage. But I feel like it's not quite there at the moment, but it will get there. Thank you for joining me, Group 3. This is just a quick express reading. What I might quickly do for you is pull one more card. For you, let's pull one more card for Group 3, because I feel like, there needs to be a little bit more clarity. And I feel like the clarity is coming in too because of the lack of experience, the inexperience that's reading in these cards. Okay. What have we got? This is the card that it wants to come up. Inspiring ideas. Okay, and then things. So it can feel a little slow too. This one here is the Hangman, so it can say delays. Things can feel a bit slow. And here is about inspired ideas. So it's like I see you working away at. This is where you're working away at it. It's like you'll get there. You just got to work away at it. It will feel familiar and you'll feel comfortable in it. You've just got to keep pushing. You've got to keep working away at it, and then everything is going to work out. But not straight away. It's going to be a very slow. Very, very slow process, but you'll get there in the end. So thank you for joining me, Group 3. I'll be back again Monday for your full reading.